emaciated vitamin-wise without it.
Yeah. So what's in that shake you drink, Tom?
So it's actually super healthy. So there's banana, there's blackberries, there's blueberries, some protein powder, some peanut powder, and 3 tablespoons of cocaine.
Today's episode brought to you by Coke.
Oh, baby. Welcome to another episode of the... Oh, we here. Sorry. I got distracted by Perna going through withdrawal, I think.
I was actually just reading Twitter while I was doing that. So
honestly, that's usually my face, too. It helps with the poops in the morning because you're just shaking it all out.
Everybody is waiting for Elon Musk to destroy Twitter, so I was just catching up.
You're going to be paying your $8, Perna, to prove who you are and get a little check mark?
Oh, God, no. If I've made it this long without even having a desire to have that thing.
Amen.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Tom Grossi, Dameon Pierce, the Grossi Perna Show, Friday edition of GP.
The S stands for cephalopod.
Oh. That was suppository.
Oh, we steer you clear.
Oh, buddy. We're steering you clear. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Today, we are going to... The Eagles undefeated for the first time. Well, 8-0 for the first time ever. They beat the Texans on Thursday Night Football. A lot of people think the Eagles are overrated because they haven't played stiff competition. So we're going to talk about that. I kind of want to...
you Cowboys.
Yeah. I want to talk about Eagles or Vikings being overrated because I think one of those teams might run into a brick wall called their own problems.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to maybe get through some of the 10 worst teams because that was my power rankings this week. The 10 worst teams in the league.
Yep.
And of course, the games this week feel pretty like the matchups are not, there's not like one where I'm like, oh yes.
Oh man.
I need to see this. So, we'll preview as best we can what's going on in football. But first, Tom Grossi's birthday presents have arrived.
My birthday, just to be clear, was on September 16th. And
yep, I have since had a birthday, since received a autographed John Hamm from Tom Grossi as a gift.
Even as a vegan, giving you
and I got that gift, and I was like, oh, I better get my SHIT together. But I was waiting for one piece, the one real piece. So start with the box and show everybody what you get.
Oh, I probably shouldn't show the address. All right. So
yeah, don't show the address.
There's 2 things. Okay, so you want me to start with this box?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that is my address. Okay. How'd they find me?
That's a reused box. I don't know what I received in that box, but I just threw your BS in there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
These are the gifts that really came from the heart, Tom. This is me just thinking about you as a man.
Oh, is it Manscaped leftovers?
Just a box of pubes.
All right.
And you got to dig through the pubes to get the lawnmower 4.0.
I already see what one of it is, that I hate you so much.
What's in there, Tommy?
Well, we have a Broncos Super Bowl 32 bumper sticker.
There you go. Put it on your brand new Tesla that I bought you a steering wheel cover for.
A flat John Elway little figurine.
Mini John Elway.
Doesn't look like he has an ACL.
Nope, he's thrown without an ACL.
An Odell. Okay, this is actually nice.
Yeah, that was Packers colors.
Nice.
Figured.
Did you accidentally put this in the box? Because I'd actually wear this. This is like
no. That's I thought this is Tom. This is Tom.
Okay. and a
beer in
VHS
Packer
copy of the Denver Broncos Super Bowl 32 champions.
Boom.
Why'd
There
I
you
get
go.
you nice things? Why'd I even try?
You can relive all of the season of Super Bowl 32 through the Broncos' perspective. You just got to get a VHS. You need a VCR and preferably a tube TV.
Thank you, buddy. And then the other gift.
What else did I get you? This is the real one.
This is taped pretty well.
Yeah, I had to open it to make sure it was the right thing, and then retaped it strong.
Yeah, can't have it pop out. I get you. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna use my manly muscles. Yeah. I rip tape like a man. Oh, it's so sticky.
It's the sticky icky. What if it was just a giant joint? I just sent you the biggest joint from Colorado.
You're just like, we're from Colorado. All right. Let's see. Is there a note or anything, or is it just the?
No.
You're like, I'm not writing you anything. Okay.
Thoughtful.
Right. Like, I see you 3 days a week. It's fine.
I
Okay.
tell you, I like you a lot.
All right. Hold on. I'm digging in there. This is Jesus Christ.
Be careful.
Spicy?
It's spicy.
All right. Hold on. It's a giant condom. All right. All right. We got it out of the lid.
Round on the lid.
Okay. All right.
Here we go. The big reveal.
Oops. All right. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to show people first. Is it upside down?
It's sideways.
This way?
Other way. Now, that way. Ah, there you go. Since we couldn't go live, Tom, I've got you the official Red Rocks Rainbow Kitten surprise poster. What could have been between us?
What could have been amazing.
Yes. And I did not get that live because I was not there either, Tom.
Yeah. Likely story. That's actually a really, really nice poster.
It's a pretty cool poster.
Oh, it's not even really nice. It's just like, yes, that's all right. It's pretty cool. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the one I had to wait for. So.
We do need to go to that concert though. Like
we're gonna make it up, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, man, I don't know what the VHS I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't watched that for a while.
Like I've been wanting to get rid of that, and I was like, Tom's birthday's coming up. All right. Let's jump in to do we have matching ones now?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, let's talk about last night's game because I was rooting for full-blown chaos. And it's not even that like I wanted the Eagles to lose. I just wanted the Texans to win just because of what this season has been.
That's fair.
And for a good chunk of the game, it was really competitive in which you had the Texans. Their defense is not great, but good God, Hughes had a great night. And I don't know who the left tackle of the Eagles is, but apparently wants Jalen Hurts to die because he was like, you know, that meme where the
Jordan
guy is
Mailata.
like patting down like the security like outside. And he's just like, That's basically what the left tackle was last night. And that was horrific.
He made Jerry Hughes look like the Bills should have kept him instead of paying Von Miller.
Yeah.
He was just couldn't block him. And like one play, like he just like pushed him away and then turned around and saw that he pushed him right into sacking. Jalen Hurts was like, "Oh shit, sorry,
He's
dude."
like, that's my bad, guys. That's my
bad.
And
I think Mailata and I'm 90% sure I'm almost
shoulder
saying,
issue, right?
Yeah, he's had 2 solid seasons, and then this year kind of been up and down, and this was a bad game in prime time. So I don't think it's like going to be a consistent thing, but yeah, Jerry Hughes looked really good. And then that led to, I think one was the fumble in the red zone. Like Hurts gets sacked.
That was a weird play though, because like it seemed like the Eagles weren't anticipating it being a live play, like whether a whistle was going to be blown or stuff, because they were like going in like slow motion. They're like, oh, okay, it was like kind of lackadaisical, and they were like, all right, well, I'm going to hit you, and they wound up getting a sack.
Yeah, so it was one. The Eagles defense kind of took a while to figure out how to slow down the Texans because they scored it was 14-14 at half, basically.
Because Elliott missed a 55-yarder.
Yeah, and Philly failed to capitalize on a couple red zone drives there. So they should have been winning. But it's one of those games where at halftime, you're like, man, the Eagles are just, if they make one or two mistakes, they might lose this game. And then
Thankfully,
the
they
second
were
half.
playing the Texans.
Yeah. Then, Davis Mills throws a bad pick. And it just kind of went downhill from there. But my takeaway, one, we got to see Dameon Pierce in prime time, and it was nice. The dude, that is a fun running back to watch. That is a tackle breaking machine. So
Checking
I
your
think
guns
the
there,
Texans, it's better for them to lose because they need to get the next QB of the future. And we all were a little high on Dave. Bad situation last year, but he's not going to be the guy to save you. Tom, are you frozen? Am I frozen? Who's frozen?
No, you're frozen. Every time you freeze, I just do the robot.
Yeah. Well, on my end, I never freeze and you freeze. Hugh freeze.
Never happened. It's never happened.
Ever. Tasty freeze.
Ever. Yeah. So here's what I'll say. The Eagles, good football team. Goddard, great tight end. Jalen Hurts had that connection. Miles Sanders was running strong. You obviously have some O-line issues. Their run defense, I think, is a little problematic. And I think that this is why, I'll happily and confidently say, I think the Bills are a better football team than the Eagles, but I still think the Eagles are a very good football team.
Yeah.
I think they are the best team in the NFC. And I think you definitely can look at their schedule and be like, oh, it's not so great, but they beat the Cowboys. I know it was with Cooper Rush, but they beat the Cowboys. And honestly, it's not their fault. That's what their schedule is, right? They can't be like, oh, well, I wish we had a harder schedule. They didn't.
Yeah.
So they're beating the teams that are in front of them. It's the first 8-0 start ever for Philadelphia for a franchise, which is difficult to do regardless of what teams you're playing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're overrated at all.
I just don't think they're the best team in football. I think that goes to the Bills.
Yeah, it's hard to say any team in the NFC would be the best team in football. Correct. Just because the divisions, there's just a lot of bad teams. And Philly, week 2, I mean, they destroyed the Vikings 24-7.
Yeah, and they killed them.
That's their biggest competition in the NFC right now. So,
correct.
Sure, they haven't played great teams, but there's one team that's decent that they just destroyed. A good example of the opposite is that is the Broncos. They were supposed to beat all these bad teams they played early, and they have a losing record. So you got to go out there and play. And again, it's the way Philly wins. They run the ball well. Their defense is good. Jalen Hurts he's taken a big leap from year 1 to year 2. What else do you want out of your team? He can beat you with his legs. He's completed 21 passes last night for 27, 220-something, 2 touchdowns. He sees the field really well. He sees it better than Russell Wilson right now. So, I mean,
year 3 for Hurts. I thought it was year 3. Year 3.
Okay, well, he didn't play all of that he played one game that first year, whatever. You know what I mean? Year 2 playing.
He had 1,000 yards in 2020.
What's that? How many games did he play in 2020?
He had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Well,
sorry. After you give me these beautiful gifts, I'm sorry.
Whatever. 2020 is the year we have all forgotten.
I go back and forth with this every week. So last week, for this week's power rankings, I had the Eagles up top, and just because the Chiefs were on a bye. And the previous week, I had the Chiefs on top. So honestly, I think it bounces back and forth. I know because Jordan Davis wasn't there, right? He was out.
Yeah. So that'll help their run defense.
Yeah, that makes the run game obviously, or the run defense a lot better. So
I mean, but Javon Hargrave was a beast. He had 3 sacks. Somebody just are the Eagles better than the Chiefs? Ooh, I think it's to me, those two
It's
teams
such a
are
fun game. Good God, the offenses would just kill each other.
it'd be a week-to-week sort of battle. The one thing the Chiefs have that's a problem is their defense. It's just not as good as it was last year. And their defense wasn't great early in the season, but I think Philadelphia has a better defense than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs have the best offense in the NFL on week to week, sort of with you're like, who's better, the Bills offense or the Chiefs offense?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Eagles offense is very good, but it's still not the Chiefs or Bills yet.
No, maybe OBJ, but we'll just see if we're competitive in December.
NFL.
I agree with that. Yeah, no,
Kansas
I agree.
City's defense is still, they're getting a little better, but 24 points a game. Where's Phillies? They're 16.9 points per game right now. Like, that's the difference between them.
Yeah, that's a good difference there. So, yeah, again, I think the Eagles are a good football team. It's just I think that I think there's 3 good teams in the NFL. Like truly, I think there's like 3 like okay, I feel like confident in them, and that would be the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Bills.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think there starts to be a lot of question marks.
Yeah, every team after that. Oh,
because the next team would be the Vikings, right?
Yep.
The Vikings,
in terms of records, yeah, for sure.
6-1. Zadarius Smith is playing very, very well. They're probably going to wrap that division up by the end of November, early December, just because they're so far ahead. And I'm curious because they're playing the Bills pretty soon. I'm curious and see what that game is like.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm really curious to see like how they utilize TJ Hawkinson, the Vikings. Like right now, because I was looking at tight end stats because Dallas Goedert had a great game. Travis Kelce leads the NFL for tight ends with 7 touchdowns. Mark Andrews has 5. Hawkinson only 3 TDs this year right now, but he has 11 20-plus yard plays, which is the most of any tight end. And I think if you have a tight end who can do that on one side, that like even if he's not putting up like crazy numbers, I think that helps Justin Jefferson out. Like the thing I feel like the Vikings have kind of missed is a second like real threat in the passing game. Like Adam Thielen's not as good as he was, and KJ Osborne's been like pretty good. But if you got a tight end who you're worried about, 20 plus plays consistently, 20 plus yard plays, then Jefferson should be a beneficiary there as well. So that could help him. And I don't know, man. I just can't trust the Vikings yet. Is it because it's Kirk Cousins? Like, is that all it is? Is it because their defense was so bad last year that I still think like, their defense is going to let them down at some point?
It feels like the Vikings should just be, and again, I'm not trying to crap on the Vikings. I would love to at every moment, but like I can't really crap on them here. But it just seems like they should be winning more
decisively.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And listen, a win's a win. Like then I give that to them. They're 6-1 for a reason. But it just seems like with all those weapons that are there, like it just seems like there should be more. But again, as I've said with the Eagles, as I've said with the Vikings, it really doesn't matter because they're getting the W's. So I think that there's definitely some hesitancy in like saying, yeah, the Vikings are a really good football team.
Yeah, maybe it's because like Dalvin Cook isn't just dominating like we've grown accustomed to like seeing him do. Like he's just a very good running back now. It doesn't seem like he's elite. Yeah, Vikings 108.6 rushing yards per game. That's 0.4 more than the Broncos right now. Maybe that's why I don't feel great. Like I'm used to just seeing Dalvin Cook have like a 200-yard game every 5 or 6 weeks, and he's like $130, 2 touchdowns every week there. So maybe it's just getting a little old, a little worn down. I don't know, but I don't trust him. Because I want to trust him. I like when I don't. As much as I like to call Kirk Cousins a serial killer, I do enjoy when he's winning. I like it, Tom. there.
I really
saw
like
that.
when Patrick Mahomes is winning.
Oh, it's a big deal. He always does. Who cares? He can't hurt
I
you
know.
with Mahomes.
Just so great to watch.
We're
Just
back.
so much better than any QB that the Broncos have ever had.
I would take both John Elway and Peyton Manning over Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, big head and no ACL. All right, fine. Fine. Cowboys, Vikings, that should be a good, because like there's these other teams we're talking about, like what teams are actually good. And I feel like the Dolphins, right? Like they have the pieces to be a very, very good football team. Like they're up there. The Cowboys, if that offense shows up like it did last week, like they have the potential to be really, really good. Like there's these outlier teams like the 49ers, like maybe they could put it together once they get healthy. There's definitely these outliers of teams that it's like, oh, okay, like they're close. It's just, I think like on a consistent basis, it has just been, and then you feel confident about them. It is those three, and that's it.
So. That is not correct, Luke. Not even close to correct. Let's see Patrick Mahomes without Andy Reid for a second. Let's see that happen. I would take Manning over any quarterback in NFL history. If I were starting a franchise, Peyton Manning over any QB ever. Yes.
No.
He's better than all of them.
He's the best QB of all time, Perna. You're really going to die on that hill?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
He's the only quarterback who is also the best coach in the league at the same time. Only QB. He went to a Super Bowl with 4 different head coaches, for Christ's sake.
And one, he got dragged there. Like he was in a tarp.
Yeah, he was, his body was
dragged
dying.
his body there. And he's
but
like,
they won because of his mind. He mind controlled a Super Bowl victory.
His mind did?
Yeah. Peyton Manning's the best quarterback who's ever done it. Dan Marino's the best passing quarterback ever. Then you can have a conversation about all the others. All the other idiots.
Okay. All right. I think RG3.
I think Patrick Mahomes, great. He's going to finish probably like the statistical leader everywhere. I think Josh Allen's a little better than Pat Mahomes right now, personally.
Ooh.
How many dudes has Patrick Mahomes hurdled? None. Friggin' none.
Is that your statistic for a good quarterback? How many people have Peyton Manning? How many has he hurdled?
Didn't have to. He didn't even have to leave the pocket. That's how good he was. Except when he tricked the Cowboys. Greatest QB sneak in NFL history.
It was very expensive. It was very, very expensive.
Patrick Mahomes can't even do a quarterback sneak without dislocating his knee. Come on, guys. Come on.
Come on, guys. See the truth. See the truth.
How many times has Patrick Mahomes defeated Tom Brady when it mattered? None. Peyton Manning beat Brady in 2 AFC championship games. So suck it. Suck it. Anyway, I don't want to go down this path because I'm just going to.
It's Friday, buddy.
You know what hurts Peyton Manning so much is his last year was bad. His last year was really bad, and like that's what people remember when
people forget how good he was.
Like if Brady would have just walked off last year, I mean, he's still like he has all the Super Bowls, but like if he continues to not look well and then he comes back and plays another bad season, like people are just going to remember that shit.
Sure.
And it's going to take a while. Like, I don't think Peyton Manning
gets
enough respect for how good he was. Yeah, Favre, like
he did really well. They went to the NFC Championship game, like had an amazing season with the purple incarnation of Satan, and then came back and just was abysmal.
Yeah, and then he got hurt that season. It's just like, Anyway, the Eagles are good. The Cowboys are going to be interesting because their defense is so good at getting to the quarterback. It's opportunistic. And now if that offense takes off with Dak, like if it's a top 10 offense and their defense continues to play the way they have, they'll be very, very, very good. That's the NFC. AFC is also weird because the Bengals are underperforming. The Ravens are a weird team.
Ravens are a weird team. They're another team that I think they should be playing better than they actually are. And again, I know they're dealing with a lot of injuries. They're getting a couple guys back from injury, but yeah.
I like
Randall
Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham. Yeah, but we'll see. Do you want to talk about your 10 worst?
Oh, I got to insert that. Yes. So I did what I call reverse power rankings this week, Tom.
Because why would you just do a normal thing? Just
Why?
do the top 10.
I got bored. I was like, let me talk about all the shit teams for a week. Boom. We got the 10 worst teams.
Why are
in
the
NFL.
Lions the only right side up logo?
Because, look, we expect them to be bad, and they're right where we expect them to be.
Oh, God.
And nobody was trying to believe in them harder than I was, Tom. I tried.
Okay.
I tried
know.
very hard to believe in Detroit, and I got crushed. And thank you, Houston, for, losing on Thursday night. Otherwise, this list would look stupid if you'd beat the Eagles,
Yeah, they beat the Eagles
last night. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Looking at this list,
I'm sorry. Can I just these back-to-back comments? I hate you, Perna. Never change Perna. it's perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Andrew, I know, Kirsten. Your Lions are killing us all. It's not my fault. Any of these feel wrong to you, Tom?
I'm going through. Okay.
I might have put the Panthers a little higher, but it was just the Falcons that they looked, like an elite offense against.
Whoa. Raymond, we got a 50.
50 for the shitty teams. Nailed it.
Yeah. Hold on. I got you. Do I have you? No, I lost it.
Now has you.
Hot.
Poser.
USA.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
USA.
Airplane.
That seemed
Demonetized.
Airplane. Thank you. All right. Sorry. Can you pull that list up again? I got easily distracted.
Yes. We're like two squirrels. The worst teams in the NFL: the Rams, the Bears, the Broncos, the Panthers, the Cardinals, the Jaguars, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Lions, the Texans. Now you could flip-flop the Texans and the Lions, but
yeah, actually, Perna, like, this is kind of scary. I actually don't think I disagree with that list. Like, it's pretty solid. I mean, you could move some people around, but I kind of agree that those are kind of like the 10 worst.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe you could argue the Rams shouldn't be there, but
the Bears are playing a little better. Like, that's why I think like
they were, and then the Cowboys slapped the pee out of them.
I mean, like, at least they were competitive
for like a half.
I'm just glad the Packers aren't there.
Yeah, I thought about it, but
I
I'm
know
just
you
like,
did.
I'm not going to bet against them yet. Not yet.
Oh, you know what? The Colts could be on that list.
Yeah, Indy could.
Like, maybe they could replace the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are kind of just like I'm mad at. Like,
I understand because
you won the Super Bowl, and this is what you're putting on display for all of us.
I'm surprised you didn't put the Buccaneers down there.
Yeah, I felt like if I did that, Tom Brady would set the NFL passing record in a single game. I'm not giving that guy anything.
He's throwing 8 touchdowns, 558 yards.
Yeah. And he's going to somehow rush for 90 yards in that game too.
He's going to be like, guys, I got new legs during the during the week.
Like, do you ever play like Madden and you put both the offense, you were playing both teams.
Yeah.
And then you would like throw the ball to a player, and every time the defense like auto got to the guy, you would just like dive him onto the ground. Yeah. That's how Tom Brady would get a 90-yard rushing touchdown. Each defender just kept falling down before they tackled him. So I can't give him that sort of luck. Hell no. I don't know.
Don't want to mess with that. That makes sense. I respect that. You're not superstitious, just a little stitious.
Yeah. A little stitious.
All right, a little bit. Okay, we get that.
Another question I wanted to ask you, Tom.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
think
You want to ask me
receiver
about my
Michael
baseball swing?
Thomas? What?
You want to ask me about my baseball swing?
No, I'm gonna save that for Adam next week.
Because it's not good.
I really legit want to talk about how much he's training.
It's gonna be all of that for him to hit a foul ball.
Yeah. Must be nice to be able to go out and swing a bat for an hour every day. Adam.
I'm lucky that I took a dump this morning.
Michael Thomas, do you think his NFL career is over?
Dude gets put on IR. Yeah, we kind of briefly mentioned that yesterday. So yeah, gets put on IR and just I don't know if it's like the medical staff, like I don't know what it is. It's just like the guy can't stay on the football field. And
It's bizarre.
it's bad.
I mean, this feels like something this is like something I feel a running back you would see happen to, where he's got like an insane 1,800-yard rushing season. You're like, oh my God, it's kind of what's happening to Jonathan Taylor this year, actually. But like receivers, I feel like they usually have better longevity in terms of injuries. But since 2019 was his last full season. And it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but that was the record-setting season where he caught 149 passes from Drew Brees. 2020 plays in 7 games, did not play in 2021, and he played in 3 games this year.
Dude, I'm looking up his contract right now. Like that's brutal.
Yeah, he got paid after that, and now
I'm gonna so I'll share it. This is worth sharing. So if you take a look at his contract right now, it's not even like there's an easy out. So let me zoom in here.
Dear God.
So we're here, right? So dead cap like 38.5. Next year still is over 25 mil in dead cap. He's a $28 million cap hit. And like even here, and again, he's just getting older and he just can't stay on the field.
Yeah, they have to he has to be a Saint for 1 more year unless they figure out like a way to trade him.
Which who would even do it at this point?
And that's, Adam Schefter talked about why Brandon Cooks didn't get traded. And it was one of those situations where exactly what we speculated is true. It's like when the obvious thing is true, the Texans wanted 2 draft picks and for a team to take his contract.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
No.
But just the injuries and the weird narrative though around Michael Thomas has been, I guess, conflicting messages coming from him versus the Saints, right? In how injured he really is. Yeah. And the 2021 situation was bizarre because he waited didn't he wait till the summer to get surgery? And they're like,
so, yeah.
Why the hell didn't you do this when we wanted you to do it like in the winter? Yeah. And that messed up his whole season. So, there's like, does he even want to really be out there for the team?
It has to be frustrating.
No, I don't think I would trade a first-round pick for Sean Payton. And I don't think it would cost that. I know that's been speculated on Denver radio. So you can give cash there you go. The Saints could use some cash. They got to pay Michael Thomas. You can give cash for coaches. It's a charity.
Cash they take like Walmart gift cards?
Hell yeah. You get 100,000 shares of Walmart stock. New Orleans Saints.
There you go.
Boom.
That's all it took. All right, you want to talk about some of these games?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's just end the show.
All right, bye.
Sure. Who we got playing this weekend, Tom?
We are playing the Detroit Lions.
Oh, the Packers, Lions. Oh, this is the make or break season game for the Packers.
This is a must-win game. It's like we're at that point already. We have 5 losses on the year. We're 3-5, and I still think like a 7-loss team, like finishing 10-7, can make the playoffs in the NFC. Like I feel like that is solid. Yeah. Like it's definitely possible considering how bad everyone else is. It's just honestly, it's the NFC East that we just need to worry about. But yeah, if the Lions beat the Green Bay Packers, the season's done. Like the season is effectively done. They don't have a defense right now. They're missing players. They just got rid of TJ Hawkinson. Yeah. Like the season would be done. So The Packers need this. And again, I need to see the optimism. And Aaron Rodgers was asked, I think it was yesterday in the locker room. And Rodgers like, yeah, it's weird. Like we give Aaron Jones the football and we do really well. The Jim face in The Office when he just stares at the camera. I feel like every single time LaFleur or Rodgers is like, we should give Aaron Jones the ball more. I'm just deadpan staring them in the face going, yes, because he's the best player on the team.
Here's a great example of why Peyton Manning is better than Aaron Rodgers. Because if he understood that, guess what the offense would be doing every week? He would have control during the game, and he'd be like, I'm going to throw 20 passes to Aaron Jones out of the backfield. He was called the sheriff because he controlled the game. You could throw any frigging coach with him, and you're going to get perfection. He gave Adam Gase 2 head coaching jobs. End of debate. That's how good Peyton Manning was.
I mean, he carried Mike McCarthy for a while.
Yeah, but Mike McCarthy's doing a decent job with the Cowboys now. That's one of the bizarre things that's happened this season.
Argument.
I think I might have cut a line out of, I forget what episode, but I was like, it's bad when Mike McCarthy is looking like a better head coach than Matt LaFleur. But like Mike McCarthy's, he's the kind of head coach who's just going to let his coordinators do their thing.
Yeah.
And just be like, that's what Nathaniel Hackett needs to be. He needs to find a good offensive coordinator and just be the game manager.
Yeah.
Just focus on calling the game.
Listen to his records. And that's it. But yeah, the Packers obviously should win this game, but they should have beaten the Commanders too. So I take no win for granted anymore. So it's being played at Ford Field. It just.
Yeah. You know how many defensive players were out of that Super Bowl, guys?
Oh boy. Here we go. Why did you guys get him going? Why did you get him going?
Well, this is interesting because when I said I never hear Seahawks fans talk about how the Legion of Boom gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter to that Seahawks loss in the Super Bowl, they start telling me that their defense was banged up. No Derek Wolfe, no Von Miller, no Chris Harris Jr. in that Super Bowl. There's another defensive player I'm not even remembering right now. Talk about our best players being out of that game. Anyway, yeah, we got rocked by one of the best all-time defenses ever. Sorry. Our center snapped it over our QB's fucking head to start the game.
Do you know how hard that is to do? Do you know how big his head is? It's like throwing it over the moon.
Yeah. That's a bad play by the center. Okay, anyway. The Lions are going to win by 3 points. That's my official prediction.
Who's winning by 3 points?
The Lions.
Why do you hurt me? Why?
Because you remember last week when you said you have no reason to believe that the Packers will beat the Bills, but you think they're going to? I have no reason to believe the Lions are going to beat the Packers, but I think they might. Tom.
You know what? I didn't think I was going to have to do this, but we're going to have to.
Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 500 yards, and the Packers are still going to lose by 3.
Let's go on the arm there.
Are you voodooing the Lions? Wow.
Oh yeah. No, we need to get that done real quick.
That's like going to a cemetery and firing bullets into every grave.
That sounds like that's preventing zombies. You're welcome. Okay, you are welcome. All right.
No, you got to put garlic over every grave. That's how you stop a zombie.
Why would I waste garlic like that when I could just cook with it and make something great? So,
has there been a good zombie vampire movie? Vampires versus zombies?
Yeah, The Truman Show.
Yeah, let's just redo Twilight, but instead of werewolves, they're zombies.
I take it.
And dragons.
Isn't garlic for vampires? Yeah, garlic is for vampires. What are you talking about, Perna?
It keeps the vampires from getting the zombies.
Well, ooh, if a vampire bit a zombie, but they're both undead.
Whoa, you get vampire zombies?
A vampombi.
See, a vampire zombie can be out in daylight. That's what makes them dangerous. They're more relevant than ever. They're just not winning football games, actually.
Trust me, people are talking about them. It's just not in a good way. A Zampire. Yeah, I think it's a Zampire.
Ooh, a Zamboni.
Yes. They drive Zambonis. Who are the Broncos playing?
They're bye-weeking.
You
We
can't
off.
lose.
We're off. We can't lose, can't win. Full hearts.
There you
Interesting games. I guess. All right. We talked a little bit about the Dolphins. They get the Bears. 5-3 Dolphins versus 3-5 Bears. I think more people would be talking about the Dolphins high in power rankings as a really good team, but they had a streak without Tua. It was not a pretty streak. Tua's back. 2 solid games. I need to see the Dolphins. I need to see Tua go out and take advantage of a Bears defense that is starting to be dismantled by trades, susceptible to, you can run on the Bears defense, but I need to see the Dolphins just have a dominant game against the Bears.
I agree.
And they should. I don't think this feels like a game that the Dolphins should win a lot by a lot of points, but it's probably going to be close.
I agree. Rams Tampa, like it's a battle of two bad. Like that was supposed to be like a marquee matchup. Like couldn't wait. Oh
yeah, the Bucks. That's like
yes,
the Bucks have to win that game, or they are in trouble.
They'll be fine. Still, they're in the NFC South. Like again, it's nothing. it's fine. Like who's looking amazing there? You know, the Falcons are obviously winning it, but.
Here's what's okay. So the NFC South, this is actually an interesting weekend of games because you do have Tampa and the Rams.
Yep.
Then you got the Panthers and the Bengals.
Yep.
And the Chargers and the Falcons.
Yep.
And I don't think any of us really know how good or bad any of those teams are. Is that fair? Like the Chargers underperforming,
yes,
Falcons overperforming.
Yes.
Panthers have overperformed the last 2 weeks, but they can run the ball well. We saw PJ Walker play very well against just a really injured Falcon secondary. But we've seen the Bengals struggle so much.
Dude, I don't trust them. I can't trust them at all. Their O-line looked like garbage last week. Like Monday, they were getting rocked.
Yeah. So I think like if the Falcons eke out a win against the Chargers, that sets them up on a path where they control the division and maybe they can continue to put it together. I think Arthur Smith is doing a hell of a job coaching that team. I don't think the Panthers are going to beat the Bengals. They're at a point now where it's in their best interest to keep losing. The Panthers, the Lions, and the Texans need to just keep losing because all of those teams, you know, their biggest need is going to be quarterback. And I hate to say that because PJ Walker's played great, and I love that he's getting a chance in the NFL. And hopefully he has a long career as a backup there. You know, maybe he could be the next Geno Smith story. I don't know. And then, Tampa Rams.
Again, at the beginning of the year, you're like, damn, like this could be, that's America's game of the week. Like this is going to be a really good, I'm not even going to stream this game because I'm going to stream the 1:00 and then Sunday Night Football because I'm like, it's just going to not be a good game. Like I think it's just two struggling football teams that both do not look good. I had Tampa, I think, winning, but
well, like the Rams, they have struggled to protect Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
But Tampa loses Shaq Barrett last week to the Achilles injury. So I think their pass rush gets a little bit worse. Cam Akers going to play for the Rams. He and Sean McVay talked this week. I kind of would expect maybe the Rams to utilize Cam Akers a lot this week. And maybe the team that actually can and commits to running the ball in this game is the one that wins. I don't know.
I mean, we do see a rematch of the Panthers Falcons on Thursday, which everyone was like, oh my God, it's going to be so bad. And now I'm just like, I can't wait to stream that game again.
I know. I saw that promo. I was like, dang, they got to play again that quickly.
It was just like the Colts Titans. Like they just had a quick turnaround too. And they've already both played twice. So.
And the Titans play the Chiefs.
That I think that could be a decent, I just don't trust the Titans at all.
No, the Chiefs, I've said their defense is not great, but they have played against the run pretty well this season. So let's see, they're third best against the run. The Titans are second in yards allowed, but the Chiefs don't run the ball, so that doesn't matter. And unless Derrick Henry can get another 200 rushing yards, I don't know if the Titans stand a chance. Ryan Tannehill not practicing yesterday.
Yeah, if
So
Willis
they're
is playing, I don't think.
What's that?
If Willis is starting, I really don't believe in the Titans' chances then.
Yeah, like what's your game plan?
It's just Derrick Henry. Here you go, buddy.
I just don't think you can do that against Kansas City. You got to ask your young QB to throw it more than 10 times. And I would like to see them open up the playbook for Malik Willis if he does start. Like, I just want to see more of what he's got because I think he has more of an upside than Ryan Tannehill.
Only attempted 10 passes, but
yeah,
they also didn't need it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they played it smart. They're like, we don't need him to throw the ball because we could just stomp the Texans just by running the football. So
if they come out and Derrick Henry can run for, a $180 against the Chiefs,
Seahawks are good though.
Then the Chiefs will have some issues moving forward.
Yeah. Seahawks Cardinals again. I think the Seahawks should win that game.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll fire Cliff Banger unless it's like a blowout. I don't think they fire Cliff yet.
Not yet. I believe in the Seahawks at this point. No reason not to.
No, there's no reason not to. Their defense is playing well. They were able to stop Saquon Barkley, and like the offense is functioning well. Monday night's like a pretty solid game. You have the Ravens and Saints. Like a lot of question marks with both those teams. I think the Ravens should win, but it's what Saints team is going to show up this week. Is it going to be the one that shut out the Raiders, or is it going to be the one that threw 3 interceptions against the Cardinals?
Yeah. I feel like Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill will have 5 touchdowns, and they will all come in the last 5 minutes of the game against the Ravens, who will be winning 35-0. But then it's a tie game. We go into overtime. Who knows what happens after that?
Chaos.
We're throwing moon balls. It's one thing Russ still can do. Throw them moon balls.
You can. Yeah, you're right though. Like this week's games, like you have like Buffalo and the Jets, and maybe a few weeks ago, like that would have been better. But it's a divisional game; you never know. But it seems like the Jets should probably get stomped in that game. I'm curious what they do with James Robinson though, because against the run, their run defense wasn't great against the Packers. Buffalo's. So again, I don't really believe in the Jets to win.
No. Zach Wilson has been atrocious this season.
Yeah, you got Minnesota, Washington, which again, Commanders just had a last-second win, but it's being played at FedEx Field, so maybe some like poo water will get in Kirk Cousins' eye.
I can't see. I got diarrhea water in my eyes.
Exactly, and then
how can I do my serial killing if I'm blind? Ooh, Kirk Cousins, the first blind serial killer. Dun, dun, dun. There's never been a blind serial killer, right?
Why would I know that history? I taught AP Euro. What if you're like, you could be legally blind and not like fully blind and still be a serial killer, and technically that would count, no? You're just like, you have like your walking stick and it's actually like a sword.
That sounds like it's like a superhero movie, but like it's just 5 serial killers, and they all have some sort of like severe limitation. But when they come together, they're the most effective serial killer group that's ever been.
It's like the Power Rangers of serial killers.
Yeah, one's like
blind, partially deaf.
Yeah, they all have a severe disability. But together, they murder people for no reason. Next on HBO.
Is that supposed to be a heartwarming story? Because it's like, hey, come together and work together.
It's maybe the most tragic story that's ever been told.
Packers will have a better record.
Whoa.
Packers will have a better record.
We'll see.
I don't know. I could see that on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
It's just like, this Christmas, the pieces that everyone's missing will be whole.
One blind man just wanted to kill other people. One man with no legs just wanted to kill other people.
Can it be Lieutenant Dan?
Yes.
Great. And it's Forrest Gump just being like, "What are you doing, Lieutenant Dan?"
I guess that is Daredevil.
Yeah, it really is. He's like, "I'm just gonna kill people."
Daredevil meets Dexter. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
They come together to kill people.
It's a story that's never been told. We need more interesting stories like that instead of reboots. That's all
You
I'm
know what?
saying.
That's right. Yeah, they are a little ableist. Okay, like they're always running from people. It's like, no. You know what? Let's get some representation in the serial killer genre. I agree.
One man with no taste buds just wants to eat people like
He's a cannibal.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
And he's just like, I don't know.
I can't taste it, so it's good, I guess.
There's just scene. It's like giving it to the blind man or whatever. And it's like, it's cooked perfectly. And a single tear rolls down his face.
Is this Arby's? Yes. You're eating Arby's.
Yep, that'll do it. That will do it. Okay. I mean, honestly, they could go undefeated with their schedule. They could.
What's
don't
the
think they
rest
will.
of their schedule? Let's bring it up.
It's not bad. They're playing teams like the Packers. Yep, that hurt to say.
All right, Phillies next games. Commanders, Colts, Packers, Titans, Giants could be interesting late. Bears,
Late.
Cowboys, Saints, Giants again. Oh my God, they really do.
Like, dude,
They've
they
got a
could.
cakewalk.
They could. So, oh yeah, Gase. That's Gase.
Oh, there was a deaf serial killer in Japan, apparently. Interesting. I knew
Did you
somebody
hear
would
about-
know.
Did you hear about it? I didn't. Neither did he. Ha ha ha. That's a terrible joke. That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, but no,
Eagles?
they literally could. They literally could just like walk to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And they're just,
I
like,
mean,
strutting.
People say like that's not a good thing, but as long as you stay healthy and you win a bunch of those games, you get home field in the playoffs, like you're just poised to win. I don't think it's like a
would it kind
negative.
of be a little funny if the Eagles legit just walked into the Super Bowl against the Bills and then lost like 55-0?
Oh, wow.
They got to take out that NFC East rage. Listen, the Bills have a lot of it.
The Bills get their first Super Bowl win against an undefeated football team. That would be crazy. That's a good story.
Just saying, the Bills finally get revenge. Also, like Eagles and Bills combined fan bases would destroy their respective towns. And I love it. Like just oh god, like again, there's a part of me that if it's not the Packers, like it's definitely like I want the Bills to win. Like they deserve it. Because like the Eagles, like they're fine, whatever. But like they also won a Super Bowl within the past like decade. So the Bills,
they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's worth 2 Super Bowls, basically. And they did it with a backup quarterback. It's one of the greatest stories of all time.
Philly special.
Except for my
like,
Super
everything
Bowl.
about it was great. It was great. But I will say, someone asked me like what would be like the best Super Bowl matchup like story wise. It'd be if the Buccaneers like wound up sneaking into the Super Bowl against the Bills and the Bills beat Tom Brady.
Oh, interesting. I think it would be Texans versus Lions this year.
Just because
I don't think either of those teams will ever win a Super Bowl.
ever. Wow, we went from really high on the Lions to they're never winning a Super Bowl. Okay,
Nope.
You heard it here first. And look at that. Hurston's delayed. It's like, yeah, that's great. And then immediately it's gonna be like, come on. Okay. Vikings, no. Someone said about like the Vikings win a Super Bowl, and I hope it's after I'm dead.
Yeah, Vikings Bills would be nice.
No,
they both have exactly 4 Super Bowl losses, right?
Disagree. Hard disagree. Nope. I want the Vikings can win a Super Bowl after I am dead. Dead and buried like 100 years from now.
Chargers, Rams, and then nobody's watching Super Bowl.
They almost had that last year, and by
I
almost,
know.
I mean we didn't.
No, we
because
didn't almost
they
have
called
it. The
timeout.
Chargers have never almost been back.
Yeah, no. I really wanted an AFC NFC, like the Chargers finish first in the AFC and the Rams finish first in the NFC, and have them play the championship game, and they have to play in the same stadium. I just want to see that turnaround. Like, how are you going to do that? Because they're
What'd you
both games on the same day.
Oh,
Because it would be like if they were not both number 1 seeds. How do you do that?
You just combine their logos at midfield. You do
Rams.
a charging ram.
Rams.
Whatever you drew, whatever like bastardization of those mashed up logos, it would still be better than the Rams logo.
Feel better, Samuel. Feel better. That is true. That is accurate. Feel better. Feel better.
Rest up, Samuel.
All right. Pern, I think we did it.
We almost did it.
What you got coming out?
Nothing.
Oh.
Watch my Zach Wilson bust video.
Just I.
Yeah, I'm starting an XFL video, but I don't think I'm going to get anything done today because I've got some meetings. And I have meetings with myself.
I'm not saying my death would trigger a Viking suit. I'm just saying after. Okay? Just do it. Are you eating your microphone again?
Just itching my nose.
Okay. Got hands for that. Hands?
What about Seahawks
No.
versus
A Seahawks Vikings NFC Championship game would I'd root for the Meteor.
who would be the Seahawks Titans, and it's Malik Willis versus Geno Smith, and Malik Willis is playing very well. I want unlikely quarterbacks doing a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Man,
Then
if the Seahawks won a Super Bowl this year without Russell Wilson,
it's Seahawks Broncos again.
No. I do not want, like, even if the Broncos were legit, like just destroying teams,
dude,
I could not.
Oh my God,
My
Drew
soul
Lock
could not
gets
handle
a
that.
Super Bowl ring.
No.
That'd be amazing though. If the Seahawks do win the Super Bowl, that Drew Lock gets a Super Bowl ring.
Oh my
Noah
God.
Fant gets a Super Bowl ring.
Shelby Harris. There you go, guys. There
You're
you
welcome.
go.
Just like everybody predicted. Everybody.
I mean, the Seahawks just Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas, they just nailed their offensive line picks. And it's so ironic that all they had to do to get a great offensive line was get rid of their quarterback who wanted the great offensive line. Anyway, what do you got coming out, Tom? You got Q&A tonight?
Q&A tonight. Roast is either going to be today or tomorrow. I also have a Packers video I want to get out. So there will be something. There will be something. So stay tuned. Q&A tonight. For if I go, I think, if I do it again today, it will be 2 straight months of 3 hours of Q&A.
Wow.
Minimum. We just start drinking and having a good time. So
Yeah.
last night turned into a history stream for the entire fourth quarter. Like we were just talking about history while I was also calling the game. It was a good time. We had like 5,000 people in there. It was good.
Damn. Interesting, Kearney.
That's true. Again, we need some more representation in the serial killer genre.
Yeah.
I think you can make it a very uplifting story. I think you can.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of want to see a Megazord.
What if it's serial killers versus aliens? Aliens have destroyed all humans on Earth except for 30 serial killers. And now it's up to serial killers to save Earth. And then after the serial killers defeat the aliens, they turn on each other. And the human race does not survive.
Yeah, I was about to say, if there's only 30 left anyway, like...
They're like, okay, let's repopulate. But all they're thinking is like, I'm going to murder all of these humans that are left. Great story.
Or it's 2 serial killers are left, right?
Mm-hmm.
they repopulate and then their children kill them because they're just like, what a plot twist. Or repopulate just because they're getting bored and they have no one else left to kill.
We must repopulate so that we can hunt again. Most dangerous game, part 2.
Sorry, Jimmy. Okay. I think we should just
Get out of here before we get in trouble.
why? We're just talking about serial killers. Listen, people watch it. A lot of people watch that Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't watch it, but a lot of people did.
I haven't watched it yet.
I gotta watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
It's really
I'm going to
good.
go watch Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But they're serial killers. Folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is JPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination. Come back Monday when we get our shit together.